Hey everybody, welcome back to Floyd's Records. I'm your host, Floyd Sampson, and today we're going to be reviewing Chosen One by Thunder Horse. This album just came out this month. This is the second album by this band. I believe they're from San Antonio. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. I love this thing. This is actually a gift from my brother Patrick. He bought this album for me this month and he got it on vinyl, and it's kind of hard to find. You have to get it from their Bandcamp site or whatever. So these guys are, before I get into the album, these guys are, they're new to the game. They haven't been around very long, and they are kind of, from what I've read, they are kind of like Black Sabbath-y, kind of doom metal type, stoner metal type stuff. Not incredibly heavy, but heavy metal. And I love it because I'm a metal fan, I'm a metal music fan, and I haven't bought a whole lot of metal albums in recent years. I've been disappointed by a lot of them. The last great metal album that I purchased was The Great War by Sabaton. I'm a big Sabaton fan. I reviewed an Ailstorm album last year that I kind of ripped apart, was not happy with it. But this album is very good. I love these guys. Again, I want to thank my brother Patrick for introducing them to me. And I'm not going to go track by track on this one. I'm just going to kind of talk about it as a whole. Again, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. This is an outstanding metal album. I've been listening to it in my car. And first off, the artwork is just sick. I mean, that's amazing. They are it's very dark and brooding sounding. I love their guitars. They have guitar solos on the album that are, I would describe as being Pink Floyd-ish, David Gilmour-ish. Again, as far as overall tone, it's kind of a Black Sabbath feel, or in that type of metal genre. It's not like speed metal or thrash metal or power metal. It's more of that stoner, slow stuff. The riffs are just nasty, and if I could talk about a song in particular, I would choose Rise of the Heathens. That's track 3, and that is my favorite riff on the album. It's probably my favorite song off the album, if I'm being honest. There are 9 tracks on this one, 2 bonus tracks, so there's actually 11. The first 9 of the album, and then the next 2 are bonus tracks, 10 and 11. There's a song on this thing called Texas that is, it's kind of a knock on California, and I don't know where they stand politically, but it's pretty funny to hear them say, I don't want to die in California, take me back to Texas, with my friends if you can, type of thing. And it's great. Again, I don't buy as much metal music or listen as much metal music as, my older brother does, but this is one that I'll be listening to a lot over the next few days, weeks, months, and it'll probably end up on, my favorite albums playlist of the year or whatever. So far, like I said, 4 out of 5. This is a great album. I don't know a whole lot about these guys because I'm kind of new to it, but just fantastic stuff. Again, the album's called Chosen One. The first track, Let Them Bleed, is the first one I heard. My brother played it for me, and no complaints. That's when you have a really sick kind of David Gilmour guitar sound in there. And you have that a lot on a lot of this record. The song Texas, track 7, it's different. It's almost like a folk song to me. It's very stripped down. I mean, I say stripped down. There's not a whole lot going on. There's not a lot of heavy production. There's not a bunch of noise on this track. It's kind of the breather on the album. It's just like his electric guitar, whoever, again, I don't know all the band members' names, so forgive me, but the guy that's playing, it's just this, heavily kind of reverbed, a little echoed, kind of chorus style guitar, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful track. It's almost like a folk song, and again, he's just talking about going back to Texas and how much he misses it. The last track, what is it called? Remembrance. Sorry, I don't remember all the names. When I listen to an album, I usually listen to it all the way through without looking at the track names because I like to listen to it as a whole. And I need to listen to this one some more so I can, start picking out more of my favorite tracks and so forth. So I'm already starting that, of course. But I wanted to go ahead and do this review because the album just came out. And I wanted to give a shout out to the guys, the band, Thunder Horse, for making this album. I think y'all did a great job. So you just made a new fan. Remembrance, the last track, is an instrumental. So it's it's just a good way to close out the album. Again, this album's got nasty riffs. It's got nasty singing in a good way. He sounds like he's just ticked off. It's almost like music that I feel like Ghost Rider would jam out to. Like if I was making my own Ghost Rider movie, and of course I'd bring back Nicolas Cage because I love Nicolas Cage. If I was making a new Ghost Rider movie, this thing would be like the soundtrack to the album. And you got a horse on the front, which is, that's already very Ghost Rider-ish. So 4 out of 5, fantastic record. I definitely recommend it. It's a great listen. Check these guys out. Anyway, this has been Floyd Sampson with Floyd's Records, and I'll see you next time.